Hello guys, welcome to another session. So here in this video, we will be talking about one of the most powerful tools for your interview preparation. That's the mock interviews. Okay. So I always recommend my mentees and students, even after we take a lot of one-to-one sessions, but you have to definitely go for at least 10 mock interviews, and the more you do, the better it is, because mock interviews are the excellent way to simulate that actual interview environment that you're looking for. You need to get that feel, and you need to get very, very familiar to that. And see, interview day should be just like another day for you. So if you can take at least 10, 15 mock interviews, the interview day will be just like another day. You are seeing the similar kind of personalities most of the time in mock interviews. You are seeing the similar kind of environment. So you are getting into in front of them, and you are like what you do exactly in the actual interview, you are doing it there, right? You're wishing them, and they're asking you to sit, and they start asking questions. They start with the DAF, and then each members will start asking questions, and then finally you will go. But before that, they will give you the feedbacks and everything, and that definitely will help you to improve, upon different aspects, whether it is in personality, the way you answer questions, so whether the way you need to reflect certain qualities that they are looking for, right? If you are deviating from the topic, all these you can definitely improve. The more mock you take, it will definitely help you to improve, and it will definitely help you to practice answering the tough questions you will be coming across. See, if you're taking 10 mock interviews, at least imagine you are facing 50 members. So 50 members asking you questions from different areas. So you are getting, their inputs also. 50 experienced people are asking questions if you're taking 10 mock interviews. So that will be, giving you such a kind of confidence boost, and you get valuable feedback. That's very important, and that will improve your performance anyway. So that's why I told you, if you keep taking mock interviews, interview is just going to be another day for you. It won't be in this last session we talked about the stress and anxiety, tension, and everything. One of the easy way to avoid or remove that stress that from your mind is taking mock interviews. From my own experience, mock interviews were very critical in building my confidence also, and helped me in identifying areas where I need to improve. One of the interview, I deviated from topic, and I was going out of focus than what they have asked. So then I was able to come back after when I realized that, but still the same thing the board also told towards the end. And after that, you once you make mistake, and once someone is highlighting that, so here this many members are highlighting that mistake that you're actually making, because you won't know, right? When you are sitting, you think that everything that you do will be correct, but if you see from the others mirror, other side, right, then only you will understand that. So in fact, in my interviews also, that allowed me to get very comfortable with the format of the interview. And when you take more and more mock interviews, that will make you very comfortable. Right from the moment that you enter, you won't have any tension, because you have seen this, you have seen such personalities, you have seen such environment at least 10 times, and you're very familiar and you're very comfortable with the format and with the setup. And that will definitely refine your response, and you will be able to answer questions confidently. You will be very calm also. So that's my point. So let's get into the mock interview, the advantages and everything. See, guys, we will have that one-to-one sessions with you, and then we will discuss everything. But beyond that, also, mock interviews is what ultimately going to help you maximum. Because see, you will be getting perspectives from different people. One of the most important aspect of mock interview when we talk about is, to simulate the real UPSC interview environment as closely as possible. So you need to know which interview you're attending. It's not that you randomly go and attend any interview when they are trying to get some result out of you to claim in future. But that's not the one which I'm talking about. I'm talking about those who are arranging very professional interviews, like exact, UPSC model. So if you get into that board, even if you want to pay, still it's worth it, right? As much as possible, you need to attend. Okay, the more realistic the experience, the more comfortable you will be when you face the actual panel. So you also need to see the quality of the panel of the mock interview that you're attending. So that will definitely give you more and better feedback and more confidence. So see, again, even when you go with mock interviews, don't go casually. What you are planning to do in the actual interview, whether you take one mock or 10 mock or 20 mock, each of these mocks should be, you should have a copy of the similar dress code. right? You will wear the same. If it is a suit or blazer and then tie and formals, you go in the same way. Maybe blazer may not be there. Otherwise, everything should be proper formal attire. The way you actually plan for your interview, just as you would go for the real interview, you have to go. So this will help you to get into the mindset of that professional environment and prepare you for the formality of the actual interview. Otherwise, you also start taking the mock interview casually. Go in the similar dress, create that similar environment, create that similar mindset also, and that will help you in actual interview. If you take this casually, then that's of no use. Again, your posture, that's very important. Always make sure through the mock interviews that you sit upright always. When you sit upright and talk, when you have a broad, even if you have a broad shoulder or not, when you sit upright and you talk like this, that shows that confidence. Always maintain that good eye contact with the one who's asking question, especially one who's asking question. But if you are answering a lengthy question, or if you are getting into a debate, you might have started, one person might have started. When you are answering, you begin with that person, but you will also address the other members, because that person is asking a question on behalf of the other four also. So they are all listening to you and they are all getting engaged with you. So by making that eye contact with each of these, in case of a debate like question, in case of a discussion, so that is going to, some member, if you get smile from at least one of the member, that give you confidence. If you get a smile, you can also smile. That gives you more confidence also. I've seen that, right? So at least one member will give a smile to you. And be mindful of your body language throughout the mock interviews, because that is what will be reflected when it comes to the actual interview also. You need to sit properly with the right posture, sit upright with the confidence. The way you sit will show the confidence that you have. Okay, so see, there are members, I've seen many of my students, they'll feel a problem with the body language. That's because of their maybe the physique. Then you have to sit upright and you need to show them that confidence. There are some of you, like, they'll just come and sit, then that itself will show that confidence, right? So that there are some people who are blessed in that way with that body language, but not everyone. So you need to practice proper sitting, and these feedbacks you'll get from the mock interview. So guys, this will help you to practice, and you will get that confidence, you'll get that composure. So start by entering in the room, to the room properly, like normal, the way you wish. You greet the panel and sitting only when they asked. So these small details are part of the interview etiquette and should be practiced. So these are common things, right? These are repetitive things. So keep practicing it and make the best on that day. Right from the dressing, right from the way you enter, the way you greet them, wishing each of them, and sitting when they asked, right? So don't make any mistake on that day. It should be automatically coming to you. So when I was preparing for my interviews, I made sure that my mock sessions were as realistic as possible. So I dressed formally and sat in front of the panel. Mock interviews, they ask questions, proper formal attire, proper sitting. You have to, of course, respect them because they are going to help you. They'll give you proper feedback. So this will actually help you to get used to that environment and ensure that you won't feel out of place during the actual interview. So now I hope you understood the importance of mock interview. That's what I wanted to convey here. Now, one of the biggest benefit of mock interview, if you take, that's the feedback that you receive from experienced interviewers. See, these guys, these members have experience more than the actual UPSC interviewers. Remember that. So these people are keep on taking mocks, right? Right from the mains result till interviews over. Till then, these guys are keep on taking interviews and they are giving the feedbacks. They are seeing so many people year after year. So you get such good quality feedback if you get such good quality board. That's why I told you, decide the board also where you're attending the interview. After each mock session, it's very important to listen carefully to the feedback and treat it as an opportunity for your growth to change or come out of the mistakes that you have committed. Once you realize that you made some mistakes, then you should not repeat that again when you attend the next mock interview. So that way, 1%, 1%, 1% improvement if you can make, or 10% improvement if you can make after each mock interview. 10 mock interview give you 100% improvement, and you will change as a person altogether, right? So again, focus on areas for improvement. Mock interviews are not about getting everything right for the when you're going for the first time. They're about identifying areas where you can improve, where you lack. They will tell you that you will be exposed before you really get exposed in front of the board. So which one is better? You want to get exposed yourself in front of the actual UPSC board, or you want to get exposed yourself into these people? This is better because these people are there to help you, and they will tell you. So whether it's your communication skill or your body language or how you structure your answers, structure and everything, we will discuss. Don't worry about that. And use the feedback to fine tune your performance, improve your personality, improve your communication. Communication is not about English, guys. I hope that is very clear anyway. Again, don't get discouraged by criticisms. They may intentionally criticize, but that is for your benefit only. Constructive criticism is meant to help you, and that will help you to improve. It's not to discourage you. No one have any enmity with you. They're seeing you for the first time. They just want to help you. They want you to get good score. Sometimes you'll receive feedback that points out weaknesses that you're not aware of, but that's exactly what mock interviews are for. That's exactly why you are attending, right? So take that criticisms, take that feedback in stride, and work on those areas in your next mock session. Make sure that you won't repeat that mistake, right? There are, negatives from your side which you are not aware of. Maybe your mentor also may not be aware of, but these guys can help out. After each mock interview, make note of the specific areas where you need to improve. Make note of the feedback that they have given and incorporate that feedback into your preparation. During my interviews, my preparation, I received detailed feedback. I've taken a lot of mock interviews, and after each mock interviews, I used to write, because my mentor, he always he told me, keep writing the feedbacks and then show it to me. The feedbacks I have written immediately after the interview, and I've shown it to him, and we discuss about that, and then we kept on improving. But that's why you get that 198, right? So there were times when I was told that my answers were too brief, or that I need to improve on my body language. My body language, if you see, if you see, I look very arrogant. That's because of the nature, right? The way I sit, if I simply sit, I look very arrogant and very aggressive. That's my nature. If I want to impress someone, I want to make a artificial smile on my face. So they told me that I have realized it, because by nature, the body language, if you see, I am very arrogant and very aggressive. If I want to impress someone, I need to smile. It's not my problem. It's like that only. But the other person can take it in a different way. They take it like I'm, arrogant and aggressive in front of them purposely. That's not the case. It's normal. It's natural. So if I want to impress them, or if I want to, get that advantage, I need to make a smile often. If I smile, then only they will realize that this. If I smile, then it becomes normal. If I sit normal, then it becomes arrogant. So you get to know this, right? So use that feedback and make adjustments. And it made big difference in my final performance also. I got very good scores in 3 interviews. Third interview, it was less, but it is relative again, remember. Okay, so that's what I see. This one which they told me, Safir, you look very good. The posture that you have, the posture and everything is good, but you look arrogant. You speak, the way you communicate, it looks like you have it shows some kind of arrogance, but it is not intentional. They also told it may not be intentional, but if you can wear a smile when you're answering question, it will be better. So then what you need to do, by nature you won't smile, but you can make an artificial smile, knowing that this is your drawback, right? So some of you are very blessed. The way simply if you speak, that will be very pleasant. But people like me may not be like that, right? So you also might be feeling this, that when I talk to you, right? As long as I'm not smiling, it looks very arrogant, very aggressive also. So mock interviews should be part of an ongoing process. Each session give you a chance to learn. Each session will help you to improve and refine your approach. So you keep taking mock interviews every once in a 3 days or once in a week, at least in the beginning, and make it once in 3 days. So identify recurring mistakes that you're making. Once you start attending, there may be some mistakes which you repeat. After each mock interview, identify the mistakes or weaknesses that seem to recur. There are mistakes that you can repeat. Are you struggling with structuring your answer? Then you need to work upon that. You see the lectures. I have discussed the possible questions and all the possible lectures. Are you not making enough eye contact with them? Or are you only talking to the person who asked questions and not turning to them? Track these recurring issues so you can focus upon improving them. Okay, so again, see, understand if 2, 3 members from 2, 3 boards are telling that you are making this mistake, then you definitely have to work upon them. That's where you get caught in the actual interview also. Again, practice different types of questions that anyway we will do. Mock interviews should cover a wide range of questions: DAF based, current affairs, situational, opinion based, crisis related, ethical dilemmas. All these will be asked to you. All these areas will be tested and you'll get that experience. And then you don't want to be afraid of. You get feedbacks also. You need to improve upon that. Make sure you're practicing different types of questions. You practice yourself, you practice with me, you practice with the mock interview. Finally, you go to the board. How can you make mistake then? Right? Because you are prepared for anything and everything by that time. Review your performance always. Weekly, you look at that feedbacks they have given and review the performance. After each mock interview, take time to review your performance also. If possible, get the recordings of the session. They will definitely give you. So you can watch it later and analyze your body language, tone, and clarity of speech. See the previous week recording and the next week recording. You yourself evaluate whether you have improved upon. That's again very important. Get the recordings, that will definitely help you. See, during my preparation, I went through multiple mock interviews, as I've told you, and each time I learned something new. Every mock interview is an experience because you are meeting new people, new experience, new questions, new perspective, new feedback, new mistakes. Okay, so new, your another weakness will get exposed. Once you make one set, the other weakness may get exposed. So that helps. After every session, I reviewed my answers and worked on the areas that need improvement. So by the time you face actual UPSC panel, you feel like very confident because you have practiced extensively and improved with each mock session. So that day will be just like another day. That interview will be just like another mock interview for you. Right? So mock interviews are great opportunity, guys, to practice to handle tough or unexpected questions. In the actual UPSC interview, you may face questions that challenge your knowledge or put you in tricky situations, crisis situation, ethical dilemmas. So you get these tested in the mock interviews. Stay calm, take a moment, as we discussed in the previous video. You are facing with such tough questions. Don't get panic. Practice this in the mock interview. So take a brief pause to collect your thoughts before responding. There may be some questions that you may not aware of, but you have broad idea. Then you can tell broadly, this is what I know, but I'm not sure about the recent development of this, but I'm willing to, I learn, I look into it. So you're accepting that you don't know. You are saying that you will learn, and then you also tell that you have broad idea about this. So this shows that you are calm under pressure and thoughtful in your approach, and you're accepting that you don't know. That's one quality, right? You are honest, and then you're willing to learn. That also you are telling. That's another quality. Structure your answer. Just as we have discussed in previous lectures, what we have seen, the structure and everything. Structure your responses clearly. Start by addressing the core issue, then present your analysis and conclude with balanced perspective. If you don't know, simply acknowledge, just like I told. It's perfectly fine to admit when you don't know. It's not necessary that you need to know everything, which is not required, neither desirable, not possible. So instead of trying to guess, never make a guess, right? Acknowledge that you don't have all the details, but offer a general perspective. Of course, when you are in that level, you will have a general perspective of that particular issue, what they're going to ask. That is definitely there until and unless they ask very technical, very specific some questions. In one of my mock interviews, I was asked a very tough question about a recent policy change that I was not fully prepared for. I think I've discussed this in the previous video. So instead of trying to bluff my way through or making a guess, I took a moment, I acknowledged that I don't have all the latest information, but then discuss a broader implication of the policy based on my understanding. So this is my point. If you don't know, just simply accept that you don't know the latest development or information. I don't have all the latest information, but you can talk broadly. So this approach will help you to stay calm, and it was a it will definitely help you. So if you can practice this in mock interview, that will definitely act as a practice session for the real interview. So when you face a similar situation in the real interview, this will help you, right? So what is your plan for the real interview? Exactly the same you need to implement in the mock interview. So mock interview, you do something, and real interview, you do entirely different thing. That won't work. You do whatever you want to do there, you do here, get the feedbacks, get the mistakes, rectify the mistakes, and then present your best version in front of the actual board. So mock interviews were an essential part of your preparation for the actual interview. One of the things that you will, in fact, if I talk about my mock interview, the main thing that I've learned early before going to the interviews, see that I had a tendency to give overly brief answers, which sometimes made me seem less engaged with the question. See, there may be some questions that you get where the board want to get engaged with you to have a proper healthy discussion. But if you are giving a brief answer, you are losing that opportunity to get engaged with them and to prove and to show more qualities from your side. So if you can get mock interviews, and if you have realized that from the mock interviews, then this is one of the feedback that I actually got from mock interview, and then you won't repeat that. So the feedback which I've given, which is given to you, is elaborate more on that response. And they have also given examples. So they also told, if you would have given answer in this way, we would have asked further. The another person would have talked about that, and you could have discussed all these dimension. So there may be questions where you have huge potential, but making it brief, it may hamper that opportunity to get engaged in a very healthy discussion. So this is one of the feedback that I got from mock interview, that was one of the biggest mistake that you also may do, right? So once you know that this is a mistake that you're doing, then you won't repeat that. You try to elaborate the questions, right? So if there is a possibility, there is a potential that you can really get engaged in a very good discussion, then divert your answer in such a way. So in fact, I worked upon that in the subsequent mock sessions, using that prep method, which, if you remember the prep method, to structure your answer, my answer with clear learnings and examples, clear reasonings and examples. So by the time I faced the actual interview panel, I felt more confident, more comfortable that in my ability to deliver well-rounded answer. What the board is looking for is not a brief answer until and unless the question is very specific. You need to give well-rounded, thoughtful answer. Additionally, if you see mock interviews, in my case, it helped me get comfortable with the interview setting. So having practiced multiple times in formal environment, I was no longer nervous about, things like body language or maintaining eye contact, because I was told about the issues that I have with my body language, the smiling part, the aggression part, right? So this will allow, when I'm talking about your case, this will allow you to focus entirely on the questions, and you can get engaged with the panel confidently rather than you worry about your outlook or body language or anything. So that's why when you attend more and more mock interviews, your body language will be perfect, right? You will be clear with that. So you don't want to worry about that in the actual situation. Then you can focus on the board. You can get engaged with the board confidently. So the ultimate confidence will come from where? If your body language is perfect, you see that person, how confident that person will be. Right. So in conclusion, what I want to tell you is mock interviews are an inevitable, invaluable part of your interview preparation. So they'll simulate the similar condition. You will get the actual, feel of the interview. So you'll get that real interview environment, receiving constructive feedback from the experienced interviewers, and that you can improve with each session. You'll better equipped with facing, actual interview with confidence, with calmness, without any tension. Remember to focus on handling tough questions calmly and using feedback to identify areas of growth and improve, refine yourself. So, guys, my point is make sure you take enough one-to-one sessions with your mentors, take enough mock sessions, practice yourself. So, with all these combined together, your interview will be just like another day. So, you can go confidently. You don't want to worry about your sitting, your posture, or anything. You can start presenting answers confidently. So that's about this session. If you are looking for any mentorship program for your interview, get in touch with me. I've given the details in the description. See you in the next video.